Kathy Wood, the more uncertainty and volatility there is in the global economies, the more our confidence increases in Bitcoin. CEO of ARK Invest is mega bullish on Bitcoin. And again, not a big surprise factor. We're starting to see these big players seeing the potential Bitcoin has. And I totally agree. As the even global tensions increase. Remember, at the end of the day, of course, we will see that initial impact on the likes of the broader markets, which we have been seeing over the course of the last few months. But I do believe, when it comes to looking for an asset class, I think this is where Bitcoin really stands out moving forward, because Bitcoin shows its core value. Hence, you are seeing major amounts of institutional big player money coming in. And speaking about that, look at this. Our good old friend Larry Fink says Bitcoin is an international asset. It's not based on anyone's currency. BlackRock CEO understands the power of Bitcoin decentralization. A few years back, if you asked Larry Fink about Bitcoin, was quite skeptical, and wasn't really a big fan. And not a lot of people that are becoming big Bitcoin bulls a few years back, especially the ones that are coming from the institutional side of things, but now they're seeing the potential that it really has. And doesn't really come as a big surprise for Larry Fink saying this. If BlackRock has been buying Bitcoin daily, and they see the potential. Well, let's get right into the XRP update. This one is an interesting one. Before I do that, as always, just a quick disclaimer. Anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So looking across the board, since my last update that I made on Caspa, the market actually picked up traction, which is quite interesting to see. So as we are going into Monday morning, we are seeing, pretty much the broader market turning into the green, which is nice to see. But in terms of getting excited, I still think the next, week is very, very important. So in terms of getting excited, I think it's just not a time to be doing that right now. But before we get into it, as always, just a quick disclaimer. Anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. The price of XRP is at about 51.77%, up 0.7% in USD, down about 1.1% in Bitcoin. Comparative market cap below $30 billion right now, and the 24-hour trading volume at about 625 million. But let's take a look at some XRP related information. Shout out to Smoke for bringing out amazing information. If you have not followed Smoke on Twitter, what are you waiting for? Go hit that follow button. So another clear example of high quality digital assets within the same ecosystem: Hedera, Stellar, IOTA, and Ripple. All are members of the Hyperledger Foundation. Remember that. And I'm sure if you follow the channel, we've been having a discussion around this. Consider the major partnerships involving Hyperledger. This membership points to a future of seamless interoperability for these projects. Together, they're not only ISO 2022 compliant, but also positioned to drive the integrated compliance solutions across the global networks. These are the assets that will underpin the future of interconnected finance. And this is huge. A huge statement coming out of Smoke. If you really kind of focus closely on this and really understand what this means, everything starts aligning. And look at this. This is the Hyperledger DLT landscape. This further reinforces the notion that sophisticated institutions are deeply engaged in the high quality crypto networks. Here are some of the prominent financial organizations that are Hyperledger members, and we know about some of these: Visa, Walmart, Central Bank of Brazil, Bank of England, Bank of France, HKMA, American Express, Citi, MasterCard. And if you notice some of these names, you've been having some major connections with some of these organizations that are looking into the blockchain technology. And this is where things get exciting. Their membership coincides with their blockchain-based ISO 20022 initiatives systems that leverage digital assets like XRP and Stellar XLM. Examples of this are documented below, as well as Ripple and American Express, both Hyperledger members, have formed a collaboration, as have Stellar and MasterCard. These alliances highlighting the growing adoption of the same crypto networks among established institutions. So you can really start to understand the bigger picture. And once you see the likes of the RLUSD launching, I think this changes the game. And, I think Ripple stands out even more because remember, compliance is very, very important, especially now that regulation is coming, to crypto. I think compliance is going to be the most important thing when it comes to stablecoin or even projects in general. If you're not compliant, then boom, you're not going to be, on these exchanges. And we're already starting to see that trickle effect playing out. And this is where the stablecoin RLUSD could be poised to really be successful and, obviously bring in exposure towards, the XRP ledger once people start to realize, the likes of, these massive asset managers like BlackRock are going into tokenization. You need a platform to obviously tokenize, and this is where the XRP ledger really is, pretty much a one-stop shop if you do your due diligence research and understand what XRP ledger is. And, this is where, the likes of these big companies can really potentially, start using it. And, in terms of the XRP ledger being used, if you really do your due diligence and research and understand some of these big names that are looking into the XRP ledger to tokenize their financial assets, everything starts aligning. And this is where the, potential comes into play. But let's continue. Speaking about RLUSD, you could see Uphold CEO Nancy Beaton on RLUSD. On Uphold, we're anything to anything. You can take RLUSD to Bitcoin, Bitcoin to RLUSD. You can take RLUSD to gold, and XRP will be used as an auto bridge asset. And, we all obviously hear the term, where is XRP going to be used when, RLUSD is going to be used? XRP is going to be used as a bridge asset. If you understand the XRP ledger, it makes sense where the native token XRP is really going to be used. So I think it's going to be a very key component for the XRP ledger, which of course some people don't understand, but this is where the value portion still lies for XRP. And of course, the skeptic, the speculative, movement as well, as RLUSD as well as XRP ledger gets more involved, that's where the speculation on the potential of XRP's price going up increases, right? So, the bigger picture is what we need to be focusing on right now. Of course, the price, as far as the price is concerned, let's briefly talk about that. In terms of the dominance index, it's picking up traction, going towards a new yearly high as we are, coming up on a brand new week ahead of us. If you're looking at BTC, on the other hand, sitting at about $68,000. Looking at XRP, pretty much ranging at the 51.7 cents price point. Not much excitement within the price, but remember the elections are coming up. That is what is really, really important. Uncertainty is still quite high, not just for XRP. Of course, the SEC lawsuit that's continuing to go, obviously has put XRP a little bit behind in terms of, broader market confidence. But obviously, the true XRP holders, see the other side of, what Ripple is doing and, the potential that it has rather than, the specific SEC lawsuit that's just being dragged at this point. It just doesn't make sense, doesn't add up either. But, the uncertainty is still quite high as we are going into, the month of end of October and entering, the month of November, which is the elections, of course. Obviously, depends on how it goes. I would not be surprised if we do see the broader market shakeups. Of course, the potential of the price of XRP going down could be definitely there if we do see a complete shakeout for the Bitcoin price. Obviously, those are some things that we need to be aware of. But let me know down below what you guys think. Love each and every one of you guys. We'll see you tomorrow in Crypto ZX, and peace out.